Welcome everyone. In this video I am going to talk about the regulation of cyclin CDK complex and control of cell cycle events. Before going to this video, I want to say if you have not seen my first video, please watch that video first, then come to this video. It will be helpful for you. The link has been given below. This is the diagram of whole cyclin CDK complex regulation in mammalian cell. As we know, cyclin and CDK are present in the cell itself, but CDK cannot play their role alone. It has to be dependent on cyclin. That's why it's called cyclin dependent kinase. When cyclin and CDK attach to form cyclin CDK complex, they becomes inactive. To make it active, the complex gets phosphorylated. First, the complex will be phosphorylated with tyrosine 1,5 and it is attached to the active binding site of the CDK. So this complex is still inactive. Then again phosphorylation takes place and threonine 160 is attached to the CDK subunit, but as tyrosine 1,5 is still attached, the complex is also in inactive stage. To remove this tyrosine 1,5 subunit phosphate group, this complex undergo the process of phosphorylation. The phosphorylation of this complex takes place in the presence of activated phosphatase that results in the formation of activated cyclin CDK complex. This activated phosphatase enzymes comes from the phosphatase group present in the cell. This phosphatase enzyme is activated to activated phosphatase in the presence of activated cyclin CDK complex. In another way to degrade cyclin, this activated cyclin CDK complex activated the DBRP protein. DBRP means destruction box recognizing protein. This activated DBRP triggers the addition of ubiquitin molecules to cyclin by ubiquitin ligase. That results the cyclin is degraded. Here the ubiquitin is attached to the cyclin, and that results the cyclin is degraded by proteosomes and leaving the CDK inactive. This is the cyclic manner on the mammalian cell of cell cyclin CDK complex. From that diagram you can say during the cell cycle the cyclins undergo a cycle of synthesis and degradation, whereas CDK levels are constant. Cyclin CDK complex are inactivated by proteolysis of cyclins at specific cell cycle stages through ubiquitin dependent proteolysis. Okay, cyclin levels in cells are controlled not only by changes in cyclin destruction but also by changes in cyclin synthesis. Okay, progress through mitosis first requires the activation, then the destruction of cyclin A and B, which activate the catalytic subunit of M phase CDK. This cyclins contains the amino terminus sequence called destruction box, which targets them for the degradation. The protein DBRP, destruction box recognizing protein, present in the cell is activated by the activated cyclin CDK complex, as we see in previous figure. and that activated DVRP recognizes this sequence of cyclin and initiates the process of cyclin degradation by bringing together the cyclin and another protein, ubiquitin. The cyclin and activated ubiquitin are covalently joined by the enzyme ubiquitin ligase. Several more ubiquitin molecules are then appended, providing the signal for a proteolytic enzyme complex or proteasome to degrade cyclin. Some examples of ubiquitin ligase are SKP1, Qlin, F box. In short, we can say ACF, which is responsible for the ubiquitination and destruction of G1 and S-phase cyclin. Another example is anaphase promoting complex, ACP, which is responsible for the ubiquitination and destruction of M-phase cyclin. The rise and fall of cyclin levels is the primary determinant of CDK activity during the cell cycle. Several additional mechanisms also controls CDK activities at specific stages of the cell cycle. Three additional mechanisms also controls the CDK activities at specific stages in the cell cycle. One is cyclin synthesis and degradation, phosphorylation and dephosphorylation reaction, binding of CDK inhibitor proteins. If we will see the example of fission yeast, that is Schizosaccharomyces from the regulation of activity of M-CDK complex, we can see that regulation. We know that mitotic cyclin and CDK are present in the cell. When they will attach, and they become inactive, they need to be phosphorylated to become active. So first it will be phosphorylated by the protein phosphatase enzyme U1, but after phosphorylating, the tyrosine 1,5 is attached to the ATP binding site of CDK. That results the mitotic cyclin CDK complex is still inactive. This tyrosine 1,5 is an inhibitory phosphate group. To become active, it will be again phosphorylated by in the presence of enzyme CAC enzyme. CAC is also known as CDK activating kinase. That results the addition of threonine 161 and in the CDK group, CDK subunit. It will be attached to the CDK subunit, and as a result, as tyrosine 1,5 is still attached to the CDK subunit, this complex is become now inactive. To remove this tyrosine 1,5, another enzyme CDC25 play a role and make this mitotic cyclin CDK complex active. Okay, so from that diagram, we can say the protein kinase activity of cyclin CDK complex also depends on the phosphorylation state of this catalytic CDK subunit. In case of fission yeast, the CDK activity is inhibited by protein kinase U1, which phosphorylates an inhibitory tyrosine residue in the CDK subunit. The inhibitory tyrosine residue present in the region of the CDK that binds the ATP phosphates. Okay, this inhibitory phosphate is removed by the CDC25 protein phosphatase. as decreased in Uy1 activity and increased CDC25 activity. That means Uy1 is inactivating and the cyclin CDK complex, and CDC25 will remove the tyrosine 1,5 phosphate and becomes inactive, resulting the activation of CDK. Okay. Full activation of cyclin CDK complex occurs when a separate kinase, the CDK activating kinase CAC enzyme, phosphorylates an activating threonine residue near the CDK active site. CAC phosphorylates an activating threonine residue T161. This causes a small configurational change that further increases the activity of the CDK, allowing the kinase to phosphorylate its target protein effectively. Cyclin CDK complexes can also be regulated by the binding of CDK inhibitor proteins CKIS. The CDK inhibitor proteins binding makes the cyclin CDK complex inactive. Okay. Two types of CDK inhibitor proteins contribute the cell cycle control in mammals. One is CIP or KIP family, and otherwise INK4 family. INK4 means inhibitors of kinase 4. Member of CIP or KIP family are P21, P27, P57 that inhibits cyclin A CDK2 activity. Binding of INK4S or to CDK4 to 6 blocks their interaction with cyclin D and hence their protein kinase activity. Then we will see the control of cell cycle event. Each of the different cyclin CDK complex serves as a molecular switch that triggers a specific cell cycle event. When cells are stimulated to divide, G1 cyclin CDK complexes are expressed first. They prepare the cell for the S phase by inducing enzymes synthesis required for DNA replication and S phase cyclin CDKs. In higher organisms, control of the cell cycle is achieved primarily by regulating the synthesis and activity of G1 CDK complex. Mitotic CDK complex or maturation promoting factor or M phase promoting factor is synthesized during S phase and G2 phase. Mitotic CDK complexes induce chromosome condensation, breakdown of their nuclear envelope, assembly of the mitotic spindle apparatus, and alignment of condensed chromosomes at the metaphase plate. After the proper association of all chromosomes with spindle microtubules has occurred, the mitotic CDK complex activate the anaphase promoting complex APC. The multiprotein complex directs the ubiquitin mediated proteolysis of anaphase inhibitors, leading to inactivation of protein complexes that connect sister chromatids at metaphase. Degradation of these inhibitors thus permits the onset anaphase. The destruction of cyclin is as important for exit from mitosis as its synthesis is for an entry. Both synthesis and degradation is required for the cell cycle, for the control of cell cycle. Both cyclin CDK synthesis are required, cyclin synthesis is required. Okay. The resulting decrease in mitotic CDK activity permits the separated chromosomes to decondense, the nuclear envelope to reform around the daughter nuclei during the telophase, and the cytoplasm to divide at cytokinesis that results in the formation of two daughter cells. Passes through three critical cell cycle transitions: G1 S phase, metaphase to anaphase, and anaphase to telophase, as well as cytokinesis, is reversible because the transitions are triggered by the regulated degradation of proteins. As consequence, cells are forced to traverse the cell cycle in one direction only. Okay, this one is the mechanism of mitotic cyclin ubiquitination by APC. APC is the ubiquitin ligase enzyme. That enzyme is inactive, and to make it active, it will be attached to the CDC20, and this ligase enzyme detect the amino terminus sequence present in the cyclin and attach the ubiquitin molecule to the cyclin in presence of ligase enzyme, and followed the process of ubiquitin mediated proteasomal degradation of mitotic cyclin. Okay, that's all for today. In the next video we'll see the cell cycle checkpoints and retinoblasma and P53, etc. That's all. Thank you.